KSMT. Yeah, KSMT.
T for tower.
Mid and tweet is actually what it is. So this is going to be...
what do we call it?
Well, most folks, they recognize it. It kind of looks like a snowman. So I think those that designed it are probably hating on me right now. They don't like me calling it that because they put a lot of effort into it. But when you say that, you have that iconic shape that most people know exactly what you're talking about. And why would we build something like this, John?
Well, you get a lot of vehicles that the speakers are mounted down on the bottoms of the door. You don't have an ability to put one, tweeter up by the pillar. You don't have dash speakers. So you want to get that stage up as high as possible. Obviously, the higher you put the speakers, the higher the sound stage is going to be without going through a lot of really, elaborate DSP tuning. It's mechanics. Your ears are going to localize sound by high frequency, so you get more of the high frequencies up higher in the dash or on the dash. It's going to bring that whole sound stage up, and the doors will just kind of disappear then. You don't even hear the mid-ranges in the doors. Everything is localized by where the high frequency drivers.
So the goal is to A, get as much information out of the doors as you can and up on the dash, and then B, allow you to aim it and be more on access with those. Because not only can these mount, so how do these mount? Let's get into that.
Mount with a post.
Yeah, all right. So threaded post. So this is the size hole that you would actually need to drill into your A-pillar or maybe the top of your dash pad, something like that. Generally on the A-pillars where we've seen them, and that's what I'm going to recommend.
What is that, about 7 inch?
I can't recall. The exact size is actually on our website. So you drill that size hole. These two sets of wires, one for the mid-range, one for the tweeter, will go through the hole. The post will go through the hole. Boom, like that. And then from the back, you would have that wing nut that would then screw it on tight.
In about 5 minutes when he gets it tightened back up.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of threads there.
Yeah, there is. Well, because we don't know how thick the panel is.
And that
so
was
maybe
the point.
dash panel that is, 3/8 of an inch, ½ inch thick, or maybe it's an A-pillar, it's only 1/16 of an inch. I have no idea.
Or like you say, you're building a custom dash out of 3/4 inch MDF.
For sure.
It's going to work.
So now once you've got it installed, obviously you can aim the entire pod. So
you can rotate it.
Rotate the whole pod.
Can you angle that pod?
I can angle it any which way I want, and then I can take the tweeter and move it separately from the mid-range. So depending on how you want it, you can. It's a ball and socket. Timmy, maybe you can get right up under there. There, you guys can see that. It's a ball and socket design, so you can swivel this any way you want, and then once you get it positioned where you want, we got some set screws that you would tighten to go ahead and lock it in place. So that is it.
Tell them about the crossovers on that thing.
So the crossovers included are going to be this guy right here. These are going to be the passive crossovers that are included. This is going to be if you are not using DSP or you do not have an amplifier capable of blocking frequencies all the way up to protect a tweeter, you're going to want to use this guy here. Man, that green is really screwing with us, isn't it? So input, it's actually labeled input. This is going to be from your amplifier, or if you're going to power them directly off the head unit, from the head unit. And then just like all the other crossovers, you get a pair each out. So one to the woofer, one to the mid-range, one to the tweeter. Whoa, I'm knocking stuff off our table. And then it's
color-coded.
Black wires to black, and then gray wires to gray. And you'll make sure, of course, that each of the speakers on the Snowman gets the frequencies that it needs. Why does the crossover look like this compared to the square boxes that we saw?
Because you put it in a sock.
Put it in a sock? Why did we choose to make it like this versus those?
Well, the big, obviously, is size.
Right. So when you're using the Snowmans, you're generally putting it on the A-pillar or the top of the dash. There's not a lot of area to go ahead and cram in.
And sometimes you can't drop this through the hole that you're going to drill for that to mount either.
Exactly. So you can squeeze this up in an A-pillar. You can tuck this up in the A-pillar and not have to worry about it. You can slide it down, the base of the A-pillar, kind of the hole that goes into the dash, and have it secured there very, very easily without, it really just comes down to sizing constraints.